A language is a dialect with an army and navy is a quip about the arbitrariness of the distinction between a dialect and a language. It points out the influence that social and political conditions can have over a community's perception of the status of a language or a dialect. The adage was popularized by the sociolinguist and Yiddish scholar Max Weinreich, who heard it from a member of the audience at one of his lectures. Weinreich. This statement is commonly attributed to one of the leading figures in modern Yiddish linguistics, Max Weinreich, who expressed it in Yiddish. The earliest known published sources Weinreich's article Der Yivo and die Problem von unserer Zeit. The Yivo faces the post-war world, literally the Yivo, and the problems of our time, originally presented as a speech on the 5th of January, 1945, at the annual Yivo conference. Weinreich did not give an English version. Weinreich presents this statement as a remark of an auditor at a lecture series given between the 13th of December, 1943, and the 12th of June, 1944. A teacher at the Bronx High School once appeared among the auditors. He had come to America as a child, and the entire time had never heard that Yiddish had a history, and could also serve for higher matters. Once, after a lecture, he approached me and asked, "What is the difference between a dialect and language?" I thought that the masculine contempt had affected him, and tried to lead him to the right path, but he interrupted me. "I know that, but I will give you a better definition. A language is a dialect with an army and navy." From that very time I made sure to remember that I must convey this wonderful formulation of the social plight of Yiddish to a large audience. Other possible originators. The sociolinguist and Yiddish scholar Joshua Fishman suggested that he might have been the auditor at the Weinreich lecture, and has subsequently been cited as the originator of the Army-Navy statement in several references. However, Fishman was assuming that the exchange took place at a conference in 1967, more than 20 years later than the Yivo lecture, 1945, and in any case does not fit Weinreich's description. Some scholars believe that Antoine Millet had earlier said that a language is a dialect with an army, but there is no contemporary documentation of this. Jean Lepon suggested that Hubert Lyautey, 1854-1934, may have originated the phrase at a meeting of the Académie Française, and proposed to call it the Loi de Lyautey's law. But again there is no good evidence for this. Other suggested sources postdate the Weinreich publication. Relevance to Yiddish. Weinreich observed that the phrase is a wonderful expression of the social plight of Yiddish. In his lecture, he discusses not just linguistic but also broader notions of Yiddishkeit, Jewishness, variance. Randolph Quirk adapted the definition to a language as a dialect with an army and a flag, adding a defense policy and a national airline. Weinreich's Yiddish language text. Farer Yornhob and mir in der Dokto Artsimach Shabbat Aspiranter Jehadike Urs Funds Fancyklekches Oyf der Teme, Problem and Interjeshik von der Yiddischer Sprache. Zwischendeit Zuhörers IZEYN Malo YKH Arrange Falnlehrer von der Bronxer Haskell. IZJekumen KEYN Amreich via Kinden Hot Farder Ganserts 8 KEYN Monitgehert, AZ Yiddish Hot Ajeshikhsten Kendinen Farhek Herin Yanamo YKH. Viazo EIZ Funder Aspiranter Fun YIVO Jevoyer Jevo Renbase IKH Nit, nor Fun Yemolt, on Hot Hushoin G Newman Kumen. And Molino KH Elect UGEYTITSUTSU Mirenfregt, was der Kilek von a Dialekt Bisesprach. Ich hab gemeint, AZESRUFDZIKH der Maskelischer BITL, an IKH haben Jepper der Eufern AFN Richten VEG, Nora hat MIKH Ibergerison das Vase IKH, Ober IKH VELAYKH GEBN Abisir Definitue. A Sprachheise Dialekt mit an Armeen FLOT. Ich hab sie IKH jemolt bald vergedenkt, az die Dizikeven der Lechfolremulleren von der Sozialer Marach von Yiddish Musi IKH Brengen TSU Groisnoilem.